Today's tech tip is how to use the comments feature on photos in the G Suite tools. And watch out, there's a whole bunch of other little tech tips embedded in this resource today. So the comments feature in G Suite tools, that's a tongue twister, allows us to comment on photos. So first I'm going to demonstrate how we might do that and then talk about the why. Now the comments on photos can be pushed out to students very easily using Google Classroom. But even if you don't have Google Classroom, you can share a photo with students so they can comment on it. So here I am in my Drive. Let me close out where I was before. I've opened a photo that I have. It actually happens to be a picture of a cell. And I could go in here as a student or even a teacher here, and I can draw a little box, and then I can put a label on the parts of the cell. And I can do that for all of them. And then as the teacher, I could go in and look and see what students have labeled it. I could have a group of students working in the same doc if they share it with each other, or the same picture. Another one that I've done is the panda bear. I have a picture here from USA Today. And I drew a little text box here. And if I click on it, I wonder, what kind of tree is this? And if I click on the comment, it'll go straight to what I said. Here, the black and white lets me know this is a panda, so I've cited evidence. And you can do this in any photo that's in your Google Drive. The comments feature works. Don't use Google Classroom. I might post this picture on a web page and have students download it to their Drive, and then they could make comments on it and then turn it in, somehow share it back with you. If I am using Google Classroom, to have students do this individually, I would create an assignment. And now this can be a document that's already in my Drive, or it can be a photo on my computer. I can either add it either way. But here I'm going to navigate to my recent. And there's my panda picture. And right here it says students can view the file, but what I want them to do is make a copy for each student so they can all make their comments. And I'm going to label this panda. And then I assign it, and every student will get a copy that they can then make comments on. That's the first way to do it, is to go to my recent. But what if I didn't remember I needed to upload it to Drive? Well, you can select files from your device. And I'm going to do Washington crossing the Delaware. And I just click upload. And it brings it from my device straight into Google Classroom. And then I follow the same steps as before to make a copy for each student. If it's students can only view it, they won't be able to comment on it. You would have to let them edit. And if you did that for your whole class, you might have 30 students trying to make comments on the same photo at the same time. And that could be problematic. So for this activity, I would make a copy for every student. And this is Washington crossing the Delaware. And then students could go in and make comments, which brings me to the why of this project. So if we go back into the why here, we've done a lot of work with students on identifying photo evidence, evidence in pictures, making inferences from the things that they find, maybe labeling them in some way, and anything else that you can think of to use it for. My resources for today, I used USA Today, the Day in Pictures, to find some things, National Geographic, New York Times, and the Google image search. So I wanted to demonstrate that Google image search to you. If you're familiar with that, have a great Tuesday. If you want to see more, stick around. So I'm in a Google search and say I'm teaching biomes in class. And I want to find a picture of a desert biome that my students could label. I go to Images, and then I'm going to go to Tools, because I want to make sure I pick a picture that is labeled for reuse. It's just good practice. So I'm going to pick a picture here that I might want to use. If I click on it, that'll get me to the big picture of it. There it is. Now I can either save the image as and copy it to my computer, or if I can't make that work, I can use my little snipping tool that we all have. And I've already snipped an image of it, and then I can click Save. So to snip an image, I click Snip, and then you just like that. And then I would save it to my computer. I could upload it, push it out to students, and then they could label all the different parts of a desert biome. That's the last of today's tech tip. Have a wonderful Tuesday.